During a recent meeting of the Home Affairs Select Committee, Professor Alexis J., the lead author of a major inquiry into grooming gangs, made a revelation that left MPs speechless. She disclosed that during her investigation into 6 police forces, none of them recorded the ethnicity of either the perpetrators or the victims involved in grooming gang cases. This startling omission raises serious concerns about the accuracy, transparency, and overall effectiveness of how these cases have been handled. Failing to collect such crucial data leaves significant gaps in understanding the true nature of these crimes and inhibits efforts to protect vulnerable victims. The lack of proper documentation also sparks questions about whether these failures were a result of negligence, systemic shortcomings, or a deliberate attempt to sidestep sensitive topics. Without accurate data, how can justice truly be served? Now, take a look at this eye-opening moment from the committee hearing.
But I fear that the activity of grooming gangs is happening as we speak. As we speak, it is happening now and not being investigated by the police. And children in my area are being let down. So I just wondered what you feel about that and what the recommendations are directly to the police and the local authorities.
So we looked at 6 areas in particular, across carefully selected.
St Helens, I think.
St Helens, I was just going to say that. I assume that that's the closest one to where you are. But anyhow, what that revealed, well, there were two really important issues. One was about the absolute lack of proper data about any of this, so you couldn't distinguish one, in quotes, grooming gang from another, because the detail of both victims and perpetrators was not recorded by the police and generally not recorded by the council. So ethnicity was not recorded, for example, but nor was any other information. Now, we weren't clear exactly why, in the conduct of this study, why there were these omissions, because none of the areas did it, of the 6. And there was concern in the responses we got that perhaps police were not clear about how to ask the questions about ethnicity.
I couldn't ask a question about ethnicity. I mean, they should be sacked, shouldn't they? I mean, that's the most basic level of competence that you could have in the protection of children, therefore, by what you've just said. Because if there's a lack of focus in police forces on this very most serious of offending, then essentially we are, well, I'm quite speechless that the police are taking that attitude in